Hello, Namaste. Terry Littlefield here at WeSPARK Cancer Support Center. Welcome to some gentle yoga. You can start lying down, and as always, if you need a pillow, I have a couple of yoga blocks today. I might use just one, but you can use a book or a regular pillow, and just make yourself comfortable on your back. I'm taking my feet wide, and allow your knees to fall together, and bring your hands onto your belly. And we're just watching the belly rise and fall with the breath. And I'll invite you to use a mantra today on the inhale, saying to yourself, I am. And on your exhale, saying to yourself, present. Bringing yourself to the present moment with each breath. Inhaling, I am. Exhaling, present. Allow your eyes to close, and we'll take several breaths here. Using the mantra, inhale, I am. Exhale, present. Notice if thoughts came in and took over. Go back to the mantra, watching your breath. Good. You can release the mantra. Feel free to check in with it at any time. I'm going to take one of the yoga blocks and lift up and place it right beneath my pelvis. So the next few moments that we're here, we'll do a couple of stretches here. We'll also be still in this supported bridge. If this is not comfortable, you can use a pillow or a blanket folded in half, or you might just prefer to keep your pelvis on the ground. Make sure you're comfortable for supported bridge. And then your arms will be by your sides, palms facing up. And we'll allow the breath now, encourage it to fill the belly and then also come up and fill the chest. Like a wave, breath fills up belly, your chest, heart, and lungs, and then exhale like a wave, like the water coming in and out of the ocean. Inhaling to fill up, and exhale, allow the breath out. You are more than welcome to remain here in supported bridge, or you'll take a cactus arm here and just let the arms rotate toward the floor and back open. Notice the breath, inhaling and exhaling. Just talking to the shoulder joint. Good information here. I'm not trying to force the hands to the floor. Just opening, that's external rotation, and then coming to internal rotation of the shoulder. A few more like that. hug your left leg in. Always choices. I like a lot of choices in my classes. So here, or you can straighten the right leg out. A nice stretch across the front of the hip, maybe down into the thigh. One more breath here. And bring your right foot back in, release the left. And notice if you need to shift. Sometimes when we stretch one leg out, the pelvis shifts. Hug your right leg in, and then if you want to, and you did on the other side, you can straighten the left leg out. I'm keeping the long leg quite active. The ankle is flexed and I'm shining my toes up toward the sky. This one feels really good. It also feels great without the block, so please take good care. If the block feels like too much, it means it is, and it's all right to take it out. And one more breath here. And slide the left leg in, return the right leg. I want to give an option here, remember if you need to shift, to bring the legs up and maybe reach them skyward. My feet may have just disappeared from the screen, but don't worry, I'm looking at all of my toes right now. And if it feels too much with the legs straight up, enjoy just having the legs bent. We'll take just 3 full inhales and exhales here. Belly and chest fill up, and then exhale, let all the breath out. 2 more. Slowly bring the legs down, lift up off the block, remove the block, and come all the way down. Just going to get my block out of the way here. Come to stillness just for a moment. Sometimes I'll feel like a warmth or an energy where the prop was under my pelvis, and it's kind of nice to breathe into that area. Hug your legs into your chest. Maybe rock side to side. And from center, allow your legs and your arms to float up, resting bug. While we're here, circle ankles and wrists. If you've seen this one before, it's because it's one of my favorites. So good. You can do this in the bed in the morning. Feels great. Switch direction with your ankles and your wrists. And then scrunch your fingers and toes and then spread them out. Scrunch your fingers and toes and then spread them out. One more time. Scrunching and spreading them out. And then hug your knees in again. Maybe reach up. Give each one of your knees a kiss. Say thank you. And then bring your feet down to the mat. Let your head rest. And we'll take gentle twist. So I'm just basically dropping my legs to one side. The left side actually, both knees to the left, and bring your left hand onto your belly, bringing awareness to the breath. Your right hand can rest on your body, or you might come back into that cactus shape or goalpost shape. And whenever your body is doing a twist, you might notice that the breath isn't quite as free or graceful, but see if you can find that freedom and grace in the breath, even in the twist. One more breath here. And knees come back to center. You might shift. Always allow the body to get comfortable. Then we're ready to twist to the other side. Both knees dropping to the right. You can take your right hand onto your belly. Left hand can rest on the body or maybe come into the cactus shape. So wonderful feedback for the breath, having your hand rise and fall. At the bottom of your next exhale, let your body completely roll onto the right side into fetal pose. We'll take a few breaths here. So, if it's not comfortable resting on your arm, you can grab a pillow or a block. The back body is open now, right? We've been on the back, so now you have all kinds of room to fill up. Imagine your low back, mid back, and upper back behind your heart really expanding with each breath. Use your arms to press yourself up. We'll take a comfortable seat. Crossed legs. If you need some support, again, pillow, folded blanket, those are all nice, but just a comfortable seat here. And we'll go into the neck a little bit, drawing a couple of circles all the way around. Even when you go back, you're keeping space in the neck. It's like you're looking up at a beautiful sky, but you don't want to compress the neck, spacious. And then we switch direction, go the other way. And then let your chin hang down toward your chest. Allow your posture to remain lifted, but chin toward the chest, breathing into the back of your neck. And you'll use your fingertips now. Bring them to your forehead and let the hands help lift your head up. Release your hands. You can keep them palms down or facing up. And we'll do a different kind of circle. We're drawing with our nose now, a circle, as if you have a crayon on the tip of your nose and you're making a really nice circle. And then you'll switch direction. Coming back to neutral, give yourself a thumbs up. You'll keep your gaze on your thumb, but you'll begin to draw an infinity sign, or it's like a figure 8 that tipped over, but you're not moving your head. So just the eyes are going to follow along, making this infinity symbol. And you might notice, and I hope that you notice, the muscles around your eyes. Some of us spend a lot of time with computer screens, and this is so wonderful for your eyes and muscles. And if you'd like, you can switch and try it with your non-dominant hand. My infinity sign becomes a little wild. Not turning the head, but just following with your eyes. Just a couple more. Looking at your awesome thumbs up. Good. Cactus arms. Taking cat-cow. In fact, I'll turn sideways so you can see. Oftentimes we take cat-cow on hands and knees, but we'll be here with the cactus arm. And allow the back to arch, reach your chest forward, and then your exhale, you draw everything in like a cat pose, maybe touching the forearms. And you inhale, arch and reach, and exhale, draw in. Inhaling, arch and reach. Maybe you're gazing up. Exhale, rounding, drawing in. A few more with your breath. One more. From here, walk your fingertips out. Just take a little stretch. You may feel this in the hips or the low back. And it does not matter if you went to here or if you went all the way out. Find a place that feels delicious to you in this moment, in this practice. And then walk back in and switch the cross of your legs, please. We always go to one that's kind of the comfortable one, so nice to switch it out. And then you take your journey forward, breathing into your hips, into your low back, into wherever you feel it. I am resisting the urge to round here, but instead thinking about length in the spine. Maybe after a couple of breaths, I might walk out a little bit more, or maybe you back off. You might do less. Beautiful. And coming back in. We'll do one more thing for the wrists. Kissing snakes, it's called. I was trying to remember the name. Kissing snakes. So hands are clasped. There's a little space. Don't smash them together. Leave a little space. Space for grace. And then you just rotate the wrists. It sort of does look like two kissing snakes. And then you switch direction. And we are ready to come to tabletop, hands and knees. I want you to think about your rib cage going around in a circle, as if you were in a barrel. So you're taking the ribs to the side and up, and to the side and down. Ribs around in a circle. Trying to keep your arms straight-ish, right? They may want to bend a little bit. And this is a very awkward, strange movement. So remember to check in with your breath and really allow patience, because our rib cage is kind of sticky. It's a rib. And then you'll switch direction. Notice your breath. Rib rolls. Good. Make your way back to neutral. You might take your knees a smidge wider here, and you'll go down into the hips. This one is nice also because we flex the knees, and then we come out. And we bend the knees, and then we come back out. And you can switch direction. Your circles can, of course, be as big or as small as feels good in your body today. The beauty of yoga is that it's freedom. It's your choice. I like to just think I'm the guide on the side. Maybe switch direction again, one circle, and then one circle switching. Good, and we're coming back to the rib cage now. So you'll take your left arm and you'll reach up, twisting in the rib cage. And then you'll exhale and reach underneath your body. Inhale, open and reach up. And exhale, reach underneath. We'll take one more like that. Inhale. And exhale, reach underneath. And we'll go with the right arm now. Inhale, open. We're twisting and moving in the rib cage. Exhale, reaching under. Inhale, open. And exhale, reach. Last one. Smiling helps. Good. And returning. For the core, this is very subtle work, but I'm hoping that you feel it in your center, okay? So you will lift your right hand the tiniest amount. It may not even look like I've lifted my hand. I can still feel the fibers of the yoga blanket, and I'm just hovering the hand, but I've taken one of the limbs out of the equation here, so I'm using my core to remain steady and balanced. And then you'll put the right one down, and you'll lift and hover the left hand. Perhaps noticing a difference between the sides. And then left hand down, and try the right leg. So the knee, the shin, and the foot barely off the ground. A little more difficult than the hand. Right leg down, and lift the left. And left leg down. Here's where it gets super fun. If you want, you alternate again and try each limb. Otherwise, we try opposites. So left hand, right leg. Left hand, right leg. Please don't try to do the same side. Left hand, right leg. One more breath. And then one more breath. Good. Right hand, left leg. Right hand, left leg. Stay as low as possible so you can just almost feel the surface beneath the limbs. One more breath here, and then of course one more. And release. Bring your legs all the way together and curl your toes under. So you're going to have a toe stretch here, a foot stretch. So you may come back and come up to sit on your heels. If this is too much, you can be here. You can also come down onto your forearms and find a toe stretch here. Otherwise, you come all the way back. Maybe a namaste. Grateful for the feet. Grateful for the breath. tappity tap, tap, tap. And we come back to the hover. I'm going to give an option here. So, left hand, right leg, left hand, right leg. Perhaps you want to reach out. Reach the right leg back and the left arm forward. If that's too much, just do the hover. If you're feeling extra wild today, you might reach the left arm left and the right leg right. It's wild. And then come back to center. Ooh, that one made me warm. Right hand, left leg. Maybe reaching. Notice your jawline and the space between your eyebrows. Trying to stay strong in the core as I reach the limbs. And release. Curl the toes under again. And sit back. This time we'll move in and out of this shape. So you can inhale, reach your arms all the way up, and exhale, sit back. Inhale up, and exhale, sit back. If it's too much, skip the sit back part. You can just inhale up and exhale to your heart. We'll do it a few more times. Hands and knees, give your feet a little tappity tap, tap, tap. So I would like to do one more stretch before we come down to rest. This is sort of a pigeon style pose, but it's a modification. So you'll have like a side seat. So my back leg is internal and the front leg is external. And you're just going to line your heart up with the front leg and walk out and take a few breaths here. Hopefully you feel it in the front, hip, buttocks, thigh area. We'll just take a few breaths on each side, but you would be more than welcome to stay longer in this modification. And then you switch legs. So one leg external, back leg internal, and then line your heart up over this front leg and come on out. Hips and buttocks, inhaling and exhaling. And then coming up, and we'll set up for our Shavasana. We'll probably be on live just for another minute or so, but I encourage you to set a timer if you have one handy, or stay for 5 or 10 minutes for Shavasana. It's so good. I'm going to use the blocks underneath my thighs and just stretch all the way out. Let the arms and hands open. Let the breath and the mind and the body be very still. Gentle, gentle breath for Shavasana. Please stay as long as you like, but I will say my goodbyes now for this session. It was lovely to have you along. Take great care. Namaste.